everyone. So welcome back to my vlog. Today I want to talking about something interesting, something that exists all around us, something we rarely think about it. The life we don't see. That's our topic tonight. Right now, wherever you're watching this from, there are millions of people living completely different life. Someone is celebrating a huge achievement, someone is working night shift, and someone is traveling. Someone is studying for an exam, and someone is having a dinner with family, and someone is watching the stars, someone is falling asleep, and someone is beginning a new chapter of their life tonight. Honestly, I think that's one of the most fascinating things about being human. Every person is the main character of a story we'll probably never fully know. Think about that for a moment. Every stranger you pass has memories, dreams, fears, goals, favorite songs, childhood stories, moments that change their lives, entire world that exists inside their minds. And yet most of those stories remain invisible to us. We see people every day, walking down the street, riding motorcycle, working in the cafe, sitting in the classrooms, waiting at the traffic light. But we only see a tiny fraction of who they really are. And honestly, I think that's humbling because it's easy to make assumptions. It's easy to think we understand someone after seeing them for a few seconds. But every person carries experience we know nothing about. The quiet student, the confident speaker, and the shop owner, the tourist, driver, teacher, security guard, and the person sitting alone at the restaurant. Every one of them has a story. And honestly, many of those stories will probably surprise us. Another thing I realize is that everyone is fighting battles we can see. Not necessarily dramatic battles. Sometimes they're small. Stress, self-doubt, pressure, responsibility, uncertainty. Sometimes a person can look completely fine on the outside while carrying a lot on the inside. And that's one reason kindness matters. Because we rarely know what someone else is going through. Small act of patience, simple smile, respectful conversation. Those things may seem insignificant, but sometimes they arrive at exactly the right moment. And honestly, that's enough reason to practice them more often. I also think people underestimate how connected we all are, not directly, but indirectly. The food we eat, the roads we travel, the buildings we enter, the apps we use, the electricity powering our homes. Behind all of those things are people we've never met. People doing jobs we never see. People contributing to our lives without ever knowing us. And honestly, that's incredible. Every day, our lives are shaped by strangers. Strangers who grow food, build infrastructure, develop technology, drive transportations, maintain systems, teach students, provide service, and most of the time we never think about them because their work happens quietly in the background. Yet without them, daily life will look completely different. Another thing I find interesting is how different people's realities can be. Right now, someone your age might be living on the other side of the world. Different language, different culture, different lifestyle, different challenge, different opportunities, and yet they probably laugh at talks, worry about the future, care about the friendship, dream about the better days, just like everyone else. And honestly, that reminds me that people are often more similar than they seem. We focus on difference, but underneath those differences, many human experiences are shared. Everyone wants connection. Everyone wants a purpose. And everyone wants happiness. And everyone wants to feel understood. And honestly, that's something beautiful. Nighttime just make me think about this thing. Maybe because everything become quieter. Maybe because the world slowed down enough to notice them. Or maybe because darkness reminds us how much exists beyond what we can immediately see. Because life is bigger than our personal experience, bigger than our routines, and bigger than our daily concerns. There are billions of stories happening simultaneously, billions of journeys unfolding, billions of moments being lived, and somehow all of them exist at the same time. I think that's one reason travel can be so fascinating, not just because of places, but because of people. Every destination introduces new stories, new perspective, new ways of living, and honestly, every every conversation has the potential to expand someone's understanding of the world. I learned that curiosity is one of the most valuable qualities a person can have. Curiosity encourages people to listen, to learn, to ask questions, to remain open minded. And honestly, the more curious people become, the more interesting the world appears. Because there is always another story, another lesson, another perspective waiting to be discovered. Another thing worth remembering is that your own life is also invisible to most people. Strangers don't know your struggle, your victories, your fears, your goals, your journey. They only see a small piece of the picture. That's okay, because the people who matter most are often the ones who take the time to understand more. The one who asks questions, the one who listens, and the one who stays. And honestly, those connections are worth appreciating. As I sit here tonight, looking at the light in the distance, I can't help wondering about the lives behind them, the conversation happening, the dream being discussed, the laughter being shared, the challenge being faced, the memories being created, entire worlds existing beyond what I can see. And honestly, I find I find that comforting because it reminds me that the world is full of stories, full of possibility, and full of people trying their best, just like the rest of us. Before ending tonight's vlog, I want to leave you with one thought. The next time you meet someone, remember that you're meeting a person with a story you probably know very little about. So be curious, be respectful, be kind, because everyone is carrying experience you never fully see. I just remember one thing. Like I met with a person that looks so okay in the outside, but in the inside, wow, that's just like world war. A lot of things that's happened to these people. I see these people. I'll be her friend, and I know what always she do. Every single day, I go with her to the canteen. In the outside, I see her just buying the other thing that she want to buy. And for me, because I'm like the boarding house student, so I need to worry about my money first. I need to managing of my money to be like perfect for me for 1 week. When I see her like she spend the money without thinking, and sometimes she just buying me a food, and I just thinking like, oh wow, this is rich girl. She have that money, so she can spend the money without thinking. That's what I know first. At first, I just know that fact. The fact that I just know from what I see at first. But after being a friend with her, one by one, I know her story, struggle that she need to deal with it. And I just realized, oh, what I think, just imagination of mine. The other I think about her, that's totally wrong. Totally wrong. She can serve food to the people. That's not because she's a rich girl. But she's the kind of person that I know. She can buy snack, food, and the canteen. That not because she is rich, but because yeah, she just want to buy it. Even the money that's not really much. She just believe. I just remember what she said. Like I always believe if we spend the money for people, and we spend the money for our happiness, the money will come to us. She's kind person I know. Like even with a lot of struggle that happened to her, she always being kind, and I can share the food with the people who need it. And you know, sometimes just a little understanding can go a long way. Kindness matters. Thank you for spending this evening with me and take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your night and I'll see you in the next vlog. If you have it, but I don't know. Yeah, good night.